Hey, good afternoon. Happy New Year, everybody. This is a video to explain how to build like a super basic sumo bot. Where we have Steam into Star Wars coming up January 7th. It's in a week. And I don't know, I don't want anybody to be nervous about, what do I build? How do I build it? And so I thought, hey, this video would be a way to try to make it much easier for you. So I have here an example robot. Um, uh, this is an EV3. You might be working with a Spike Prime or an EV3. It doesn't matter. But I just want to point out some of the basics on this robot. So, I've got two wheels. They're fairly small. I've got a light sensor up front and a simple support in the back, and then, of course, a brick. Now, I put this together really very quickly. I don't know if it would be an amazing robot for our competition, but it would work. Okay, so a couple key characteristics are that this light sensor is 1.5 units off the table. So I'll try to show you here. Yes, this is our messy crafting project table, but this light sensor is roughly 1.5 units off the table, and that makes it useful for being able to detect the black line. So the basics of how the sumo bot works is it drives forward, and ideally you're running into another robot. You're pushing it outside the circle. But if you don't run into another robot, you want to detect the black line, and then when that black line is detected, you want to back up and turn and then head off in a different direction, hopefully headed toward the other robot. And so if the light sensor's not there, you're just going to drive right past that black line and then you'll be out of the competition. So that's why that's critical. I shared a really simple program that shows you how to put this program together. So if you're not familiar with how to do that, check that out. It's really basic. Other people have I've heard talk of putting on an ultrasonic sensor to try to find the other robot and then go after it. It's not necessary because just due to random chance, the robots will run into each other. Maybe you've got an advantage if you can detect the other robot. I don't know, but I don't want to. I wouldn't want anyone to be so overwhelmed by being like super ambitious here in our first Lego Sumo competition that they don't enter a robot because, well, they didn't get the wrecking ball finished or whatever the case is that you're trying to do. So, um, at a minimum, just get kind of a simple robot together. So, I want to I want to very simply go through the process. I won't build the whole thing, but just start out with two motors and a light sensor, and figure out kind of what distance you want and where this light sensor is going to go, and then what wheels are you going to use. Bigger wheels they'll pick up more speed and maybe be able to push a robot off the table just by ramming it off. Smaller wheels might work out better because if you get in a pushing contest with another robot, these are going to deliver more force to the ground. So, up to you. In terms of light sensor placement, getting that 1.5 units off the table, that's important. But that's kind of the last thing that I would do. First, I would get your structure put together where you've attached these two wheels or these two motors, and then you get your wheels, and then you get the supporting structure in the back. And then once you've established kind of the plane that this rides on, then you can figure out how to get this light sensor on. And if it's too low or it's too high, you can put in a beam and then maybe raise it up or raise it down just by attaching the beam and then attaching the light sensor to it. Just basically essentially what I did here. my light sensor was a little bit too low. With the first installation, I put on this little beam. It was an L bracket, and then I raised it up by 1. And then once you get all that put in, you know, light sensor, wheels, structure, rear support, then you can put the brick on just about anywhere, right? You can find a way to attach it. And you know, wheels in front, wheels in back. I don't know. I don't know which one's better. I suppose it depends on, you know, if you get in one of these pushing matches, you know, how does the force transfer to increase the amount of force down on the wheels? So I'll be interested to see what the better approach is. So anyway, robot needs to be fit within a 12-inch by 12-inch by 12-inch cube, and needs to be less than 2 pounds. So if there's any questions, have your coach, parent, whatever, send me an email, and we'll get it sorted out. I hope this video helped you realize it shouldn't be impossible to build yourself a sumo bot. And anyway, happy Legoing. We'll see you on the 7th at Steam in Star Wars Day.